suspicion na audience development-wise, hindi magproblema sa probinsya compared to Manila. Ang problema ang challenge ng regions ay probinsya is content para doon sa kanilang audiences. Kasi if you go to, kunyari, outreach, at saka yung ginagawa ng mga regional groups natin sa ang daming manonood, sobrang dami, libo-libo sila. Ang importante siguro na pwedeng mangyari ay how to introduce this kind of new content to the audiences so that it continues to support this kind of work. Merong magsusulat to begin with.
So the writers will really come from
the region, no? Hindi lang naman
region na malapit doon. And then pangalawa, siyempre dapat may group of actors ka who can kasi yun yung importante sa VLF, actors and directors. So if you can pinpoint 2 or 3 directors, maybe start with that and a few of and then wag muna maging too ambitious about doing it in a big scale, because VLF started like that, started really small and then it grew. And importante, of course, the venue. Space is always important for artists. Yan ang kulang din sa atin. The reason I think, sa totoo lang din, the success of VLF is because may CCP venue. Merong black box na talagang made available year in and year out. And merong rehearsal spaces. Importante yun. So, kung ano man meron, so sa mga region, importante din ma-secure muna yung spaces na yun where artists are given naman a space to develop and create and innovate. Kung magkanda hirapan, technology. Na pwede na tayong gumamit ng live stream. Kaya ngayon one of our most successful arts education, ang tawag namin
Arts Online.
Arts Online. Na we invite like experts like you to speak before a live classroom audience at the CCP, pero naka-live stream siya sa 4 or 5 different classrooms all over the country. Live. And then they can even
ask questions.
It's simple, Wi-Fi, that's what you not just need, one camera, and then contacts them to say, okay, at this time we'll all go live stream. And hopefully Wi-Fi doesn't fail on us. The internet is okay. And it's ang laki ng reach. You have a live usually sa mga ganong events. So CCP, immediately you can reach 30 people live in front of you. Pero pag may 5 ka na classroom, kung minsan 50 yung audiences niyan per classroom, may makalima ka nun, may 250 ka agad. 300 in a 1 hour or 2 hour event. Na very low yung cost. Pero mataas yung impact.
Gusto kong yung dagdag yun, with regards to Virgin Love Fest when it started. Parang chicken and egg lagi yung situation na, kaya walang playwrights kasi wala namang gusto magpalabas. So, saan ka magsisimula? So, even yung Virgin Love Fest, hindi naman kami nagsimula, o hindi naman tayo nagsimula nun sa call for submissions kasi talagang walang magsasubmit dahil wala namang nakakaalam na merong magpapalabas nito. So, nag-curate muna kung sino yung available. At saka hindi lahat yun magaganda. Talagang naalala mo yun. Naghubad ka dun eh. So yun, ganun. Kaya dahil sa kanya, naging popular yung siya yung virgin offering. dun sa buong kwan. Sister Outlaw, which was So kung baga, dahil doon, nagkaroon ng interest, I think the next thing is the regularity. Sabihin, next year, inulit, hanggang sa naging, people are starting to look forward to it. And then siguro mga nung 4th year lang nag-start mag-call for submission. Because that was the time na, yung mismong nanonood, nakita niya ganon, ay kaya ko magsulat ng ganyan. So doon na nagsimula talaga, nag-roll na
share a small tidbit that might be some bit exciting for the Virgin Love Fest participants. I just met a young architect recently, and he said he was able to see the Virgin Love Fest. Sabi ko, paano? Parang architect ka. Alam mo paano siya nakapanood ng Virgin Love Fest? Hinila siya ng tatay niya na manood ng Virgin Love Fest. Dahil yung tatay niya, na taga Davao, lumilipad
every year.
Every Virgin Love Fest. Para mapanood. At hinihila yung kanyang mga anak to watch Virgin Love Fest.
Meron ko sa Ilocos Norte.
That's audience development. Yeah. A dad who's in his 60s.
That's cool.
Kasi yung pakiramdam niya, it shows stories na talagang very interesting.
Yeah.
At pumipila siya. Kasama na ngayon mga anak niya, alam po anong Virgin Love Fest. So, well, it took like quite so
14
many
years.
No, ibig sabihin lang, totoo yung sinasabing audience development.
Oh,
You
but
really
it's
have to
true.
nurture your
You really have to nurture.
Okay. So, ito yung last episode na gusto ko lang talaga sabihin sa inyo that the writing of any play never stops with the first draft. And in fact, if I will push the whole thing, it never stops even after production kasi yung sinulat ninyong play, bumabalik din yun sa inyo eh. Kung nagustuhan niyo yung production, na-enrich yung play ninyo, tuwang-tuwa kayo. Or kung kahit hindi niyo nagustuhan yung production, bumabalik ito and another opportunity opens for you to find another team to produce this play and it will never end. Like yung kay Chris Miliado na after so many years, bumalik yung play na to at nagkaroon ng panibagong buhay. Ano? So, once you've written it, it will never cease to grow until you abandon it. To paraphrase Joseph Conrad, that the work is never finished, it's only abandoned. So, nasa sa inyo yun. Ano? Kung paano nyo to palalalimin or aalagaan. So, maraming salamat sa inyo. At graduate na kayo, supposedly, dahil ito na yung huling episode. At maraming salamat sa pagsama sa akin sa kung anumang journey ang dinadaanan ninyo sa pagsulat ng inyong mga tula. Aasahan ko na may mabasa ako sa inyong ginagawa. At dahil dito, may oportunidad din kayo no, na magpatuloy itong course na ito. Inaasahan ko na may masulat kayo at pag natapos nyo isulat ito, merong specific special group no, kung saan pwede nyo itong isubmit at doon natin pag-usapan. Ito ay tinatawag nating Writer's Block Online. So kahit hindi kayo nakabase sa Manila at hindi kayo magkakaroon ng pagkakataong mag-attend ng aming mga sessions, pagkakataon nito, no, ito yung magiging venue kung saan isasubmit ninyo at kami, no, kasi sila yung mga unang members ng Writer's Block Online, sila ay handang tumulong at basahin at magbigay ng feedback sa inyong mga gagawin. So, hihintayin namin ang inyong mga obra. At siguro, indirectly, hihintayin din nila, baka anong malay nyo, mabasa nila at makita nilang importante ito at saka meron silang makikitang exciting enough para i-produce ito. On that note, sila rin, no, meron silang mga nagawa dito sa workshop or sa course na ito. Baka magandang ibigay din natin sa kanila yon para basahin. Anong malay nyo? Baka kung saan pumunta to, no? Maganda to kasi inihahasik ninyo yung script at tingnan natin kung saan to tutubo. Salamat sa inyo. Thank you.
Thank you.